Hello, everybody. It occurred to me that a lot of you have been asking me, how do I fold my brioche dough over any filling? And I posted a video on it, but you make it fast forward to make it more easy to watch. But by the same token, you don't get to see the little details. So today I'm just putting myself on the spot since I'm making two stuffed bread brioche. The reason why I call them a brioche, it's not a real brioche. It's a beautiful soft wheat bread. But the reason I call it a brioche, I'm not going to make it in the form of a bread. I'm going to make it in the form of a round, free-form brioche. So today, let me start by telling you what the fillings are going to be. So this is going to be, I have two beautiful doughs. Let me show you this gorgeous dough that's waiting. It's risen and it's ready to go. And I'm going to put a little flour here, and I have two different fillings. The first one is a vegan bolognese with lots of veggies in there. I will just simply keep it this way. I'm going to fold the brioche. I won't even put egg wash on top. In fact, I have to remember to get myself an egg to show you how to do that. And the second one is going to be a vegetarian one because I'm going to put some cheese on there, and I will do the egg wash on top, made with roasted peppers, caramelized onions, and spinach, and gruyere cheese. Beautiful. So let me just show you how it goes. Let's see. So first I want to do spread a little bit of flour on a flat surface. And I am going to put a little bit of flour on my dough. Play with it with my fingers. And I'm going to start to roll. Because this is such a beautiful dough, you'll see it really filled, what do you call this? It spreads just very easily and beautifully. But what I like to do is just turn it as I go so that I don't have any particular thick parts. Everything is going to be about the same thickness. Actually, I didn't give myself enough room here because I have all my ingredients. You want to make sure your dough is not sticking. You don't want to overdo with the flour, but you want to make sure that it doesn't stick. I find this just beautiful to watch and to do. So you want it to be quite large because the center will have the filling, and then you need to have room to fold. So let me a little bit more. I want to make sure that my sides are not too thick, and it's very, let's say, just, all consistent all around. Look at that, how beautiful it spreads. One little thing that I want to make sure you know is once you have it to a beautiful size that you're happy with, the mistake that one could make, and that I have made many times, is to start putting the filling here, right on this whatever flat surface I have. You don't want to do that because then once you put the filling in, it's going to be hard to maneuver. So once at this stage, you just transfer it onto a baking sheet or a baking pan, and you just transfer it. Don't worry about it not being perfect yet, because you can still remind it what shape you want it to be. So I want all around to have a nice border, and you'll see why. This is a little thick. I should have done it a little less thick, but that's okay. Again, you'll see it's very, very forgiving. So I'm going to start with, which one should I start with? Maybe I'm going to start with my vegetarian one. How about that? So I'm going to start with some fresh spinach, not cooked, just cold. fresh baby spinach, about here, maybe a little bit more. Then I'm going to put a layer of caramelized onions, and by caramelized I just mean that I gently sauteed them and simmered them so that they become caramelized, but there's no sugar in there, none whatsoever. I'm going to have to use my hands because I didn't bring a utensils. That's okay. So let me spread this a little bit more equally. There. Then I'm going to put my roasted peppers. There, try not to put any liquid that's accumulated. You see how there is liquid in here? I don't know if you can see. But, try to keep it as quote-unquote dry as possible. And everything has been seasoned already because I tasted it, I loved it, and I've approved it. There we go. Let me dry my hands. I'm going to put another layer of spinach. Why not? Because I have it. And it's going to cook down, not to worry. And some cheese, a little grated cheese. Here I love to use gruyere. Gruyere is, like a Swiss cheese that is very flavorful. And this is not that much, but the reason why I don't use any low fat or anything like that is it doesn't have flavor. I prefer to use a little of a fully flavored cheese than a low fat insipid cheese. So I'm going to put that on top. Look how beautiful. Can you see? Yeah. I think what I'm going to do, because I teased my friends on Instagram that I needed to do this on YouTube, and I feel bad because there were so many of them watching, that I may do the next filling on Instagram. So if you want to, I'm going to do this one, I'm going to show you. But when I switch to my TVP one, which is a vegan bolognese, I will redo this, show how to fold my brioche on Instagram at Cuisinicity. But I'm not done, so stay with me. Okay, there we go. Let me just make sure. Okay, so first thing to do is you grab one part and you just fold it here. Then you take this part and, so you keep on doing one little part at a time without rushing, but it comes out. You see how beautiful already it's starting to be? Let me make sure that you see everything. Yeah. So now I have another point here, and I do it here, and another point here. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to do two. I have room for two. One, and then this one, two. And then, look at this. I can kind of mold it any way I want. And I forgot to do my egg, because I think it's nice to have an egg wash on there. So take a look at it while I go get my my egg. And if you think of any questions while I'm looking for my egg, please don't hesitate. So let me make this sure that this is just perfectly as I want it. Isn't it beautiful already? You know what I mean? And when I'm going to let it rise again. And when it goes in the oven, it's going to rise some more. It's going to be beautiful. But let me do a little egg wash. Again, this one is not vegan. It's vegetarian. Because I have one person who's lactose intolerant, so no cheese in the other one, and one who is completely vegan, so no egg. So that will be the one that I'm going to show you on Instagram. So you just brush it on. How beautiful. I find this so peaceful on a Friday late afternoon as I'm getting ready for the weekend. I have my in-laws coming that I adore. My daughter, Natalia, she's the vegan one. David, who's vegan, but from time to time, if I make it, he'll have some vegetarian and sometimes fish, but very rarely. Okay. And there we go. So I'm gonna let it rise and I'll put it in the oven and it's gonna just double in size almost. And the inside will be just moist and beautiful, and the outside nice and crisp, but still soft on the very inside. So I hope you enjoyed this. And again, if you want to see the second one, I'll be on Instagram. Bon appétit!